What's going on, everybody? I heard something recently that I thought was very, I don't know, entertaining per se, and I have a commentary on it, and I'm going to bring up what I heard. What I heard was that Caitlin Clark played a terrible first half of the season last year. I thought that was amusing, to say the least. I really did, being that she was averaging 8.19 assists in the first half of the season. Well, before the break. I mean, technically, it's not the first half. Technically, it was 26 games in, but per the WNBA season, it was the first half before the All-Star break, before the Olympic break. And what I heard was she was having a terrible first half of the season. And how the hell could she be considered? How could she possibly be considered for MVP when she was such trash in the first half of the season? It's a very interesting perspective. Heard it from a few people, in fact. So there's no point naming anybody, but I heard it from a number of people, actually. And I thought it was an actually very entertaining commentary. Nonetheless, we'll talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. We talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showma, a.k.a. Rudy the Hammer. It's hammer time. Welcome back to all of you who are new to the channel. Welcome to all you who are new to the channel. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. They're on the screen. And of course, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And for those of you who are back again, I appreciate you. I thank you so very much. Like the video, leave a comment. And if you haven't followed me on all my social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, all of them, TikTok, TikToky, all of it, Facebook, please give us a follow. And Caitlin Clark, man, we know that they had a rough start to the season last year, in large part because the schedule was utterly ridiculous. While they were playing 11 and 20, most other teams have played no more than 6 or 7 games. Shipped all over the country, no chance to get acclimated, and they got their asses kicked in large part. She didn't play all that great. She wasn't terrible, but she didn't play that great. She committed a lot of turnovers, and that was the narrative, that she committed a lot of turnovers. She's breaking all kinds of records and turnovers, and you know what? Hey, she was. Hey, another record for Caitlin Clark. You wish you had so many. But let's talk about this, because this is where it gets actually amusing to me. Because at the break, she was averaging around 17 points, 8.19 assists. She was leading the league in assists at the break, and about 6 rebounds per game. I actually calculated this assists exactly, just so I wouldn't have any mistakes. In the second half, though, she averaged 8.85 assists per game. And I mean, scoring, she ended up averaging about 19.5, 19.2, 19.5, something like that. I'm not looking. But the same people who said that she was terrible in the first half said she really played well in the second half, because she stopped turning the ball over, or she limited the turnovers. Folks, give me an F. We got your F. Give me an A. We got your A. Give me a C. We got your C. Give me a T. We got your T. You got your T. Give me a S. Got your S. We got your S. Facts. The facts are this. And you know what? I had bought into the narrative because I didn't know, because I never thought to check. You know why we didn't notice the reality of the second half of Caitlin Clark's season in 2024? We didn't notice because they were winning. We didn't notice because they were 10-4, I think it was, in the second half of the season. I think it was 10-4. I'll verify that. Might as well. Pretty sure it was 10-4. At worst, it was 9-5, but I believe it was 10-4. So let's go look, so we can verify what it was, because they finished 20-20, and I said at the break they would finish 21-19 or 20-20. I was hoping for 21-19. I thought they would split. With Vegas, they did not, and that was the difference. They were from the break, they were 9-5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9-5. So they were 9-5 because at the break they were 11-15. And of course, we know how they started the season really, really poorly. This is the buildup. This is the buildup for the fact. So she committed a lot less turnovers in the second half, right? You say, right? Mm-hmm. Wrong. 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 Caitlin Clark averaged 5.57 turnovers per game in the second half of the season when they were 9-5. In the first 26 games, the first half of the season, she averaged 5.19 turnovers. Her turnover count went up when they started to win consistently. Because if you recall, they were 1-8 at one point. They were 1-8. So they went 19 and 12 the rest of the year after being 1-8. But again, she committed more turnovers in the first half, they say. She was terrible in the first half, they say, because of the turnovers. But yet she committed more turnovers in the second half. She was so much better. Folks, she was better because she was scoring more points. She averaged 0.6 more assists per game in the second half. So her assists went up marginally. Not magically jump from like 8.1 to 10 or 6 to 10. It was 8.19 to 8.85. And her points, her scoring was the difference, folks. That was the difference. That is why people, and her shooting percentage went up. Her scoring went up. She started using a floater. She started being more aggressive going to the basket, taking a little bit less three-point shots per game. That is what actually happened. And that is why people that say, oh, she got better, they based it on her scoring more points, not having less assists. I'm sorry, not having less turnovers. Because if you actually look at what she averaged in the second half of the season, points-wise, let's do this quickly for you. Okay. She averaged 23.1 points per game the final 14 games. That's what happened. Her shooting percentage was much better. That's what happened. She shot 50%, 47.4, 44.4, 42.9, 41.2, 57.1, 52.6, 47.1, 38.1, 41.2. She had a real bad game versus Vegas, 27.3, 38.9, 45.5, and 40%. She finished the season shooting at 41.7%. Before the break, she was not shooting at that clip. That's what happened. And she still did take a bunch of threes, but she started making her threes also. She was missing a lot more in the second half. If you want to calculate that as well, we can do that. I can give you those numbers too. Let's take a quick look. 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 5, 1, 2, 6, 2. So she made 51 threes in the second half of the season. 11, 10, 8, 9, 12, 9, 11, 10, 13, 9, 8, 14, 3. 51 divided by 130. She shot 36.9% from three-point range in the second half of the season. She finished the season shooting 34.4% from three. Those were the differences. Those were the differences, people. It wasn't a created narrative of being a turnover monster. Yeah, we know she committed a whole lot of turnovers. In fact, I'm one of the people that said, yeah, she committed a lot of turnovers in the first half of the season, largely because her teammates didn't know how to catch the pass. And I'm not going to sit here and say that her turnover number would have gone from 5.117 or whatever the hell I said it was 5.19 to 3.5, but it might have gone down to 4.3, which would have been a lower number and wouldn't have looked as bad. Maybe 4.4 still wouldn't have looked as bad. It still would have been record-setting, but it wouldn't have been as bad. And yet 5.57 is what she averaged those final 14 games when they were 9-5, when she was averaging 23 plus points per game and almost 9 assists per game. But people are going to sit here and tell you that her first half was such trash because of turnovers. I just gave you the facts. Now you can give me your feelings. Leave a comment. Love to know what you got to say about that, because I'm sure you didn't know, because I didn't even realize it either. I had to do the actual adding, subtracting, dividing, and multiplying to figure this out. But that's all I got. I gave you the facts. Now you give me your feelings. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, ring that bell. This is Rudy's Rant, Facts Over Feelings. Come on now.